What's up, YouTube? Got another one for you. This one's about my stepdad and my nephew, John, which is my sister's son that she does not take care of. She is also the one that neglected him and allowed him to go out drinking with his uncle that got him hurt. Anyway, let me give you a little bit of a story on him before I say this and what happened. And just know, I am worried, but not like that. Because, yeah, they will try it, but I'm a lot stronger and smarter than people give me credit for, which is fine. But anyway, um, like his dog, Xena, that he got is a pit bull. The reason why he got this dog is for multiple reasons to mess with his grandparents. Now, what is one of the quickest ways to hurt somebody? Stress and diet. Science has proven it. Right. They wouldn't give him his way on certain things. He got mad, was trying to do all kinds of stuff, destroy the house, all this. His friend has a litter of pit bulls. Mind you, my mom is still very, 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 very hurt that she had to put her pit bull mix dog to sleep because having a lot of neurological problems in his back, couldn't walk anymore, and that's what the vet suggested. So he got this pit, one for that, because you can't bring an animal in front of my mom and her not to be attached to it, whether it's hers or not. In her heart, it's hers. I don't care. She did the same to my dog. Yep, it's just the way she is with animals. She always has. Um, Pretty sure you guys can see where I'm going with this and why he did what he did. Um, Now it doesn't. Even though she loves the dog, don't get me wrong. All this stuff with training, vets, discipline, all that, even going outside, is all put on my mom or pop. Okay. Why is that? At first, it was so she could get a bond. He didn't care. Then he switched it. Don't be around my dog. Using it as a weapon. Um, he would deliberately, like, start fights to get money out of them. To make them get into an argument, make them feel bad, and then trick them into giving him money. He mainly does it to my stepdad. So one day it was getting very heated. I mean, he had broken just about everything in the kitchen, uh, kicked a couple of doors off their hinges, and I got tired of it. So I went up there. I wasn't yelling or screaming. All I said was he needed to settle down and he needed to stop bullying his grandparents into giving him money. My stepdad, with the most evilest face you could think of, looks at me, tells me to shut up or he'll have me killed. Oh yeah, he's threatened to have me killed multiple times. Over stuff like this. When Brian was bringing drugs on the property, and I brought the drugs to them and showed them that this is what he's bringing on your property. Mom took it to the state police. State police told her it is heroin. Yeah, he likes to torment. And it's not innocent torment. Like, just messing with your partner a little bit to goof off. A lot of people do that. Yeah, Not this. This is at a different level. You know, people, oh, well, why don't you? Because you have to go through local first. And guess what? He's friends with all of them. Sheriff, state boy, town, doesn't matter. Yes, he is. His family is in all of it. Right. Yeah. I know they don't have money every day to be giving him. All the money I pay in freaking rent goes right to him. All the money Pop gets goes right to him. So he's getting disability. He's getting money from his mom. Because I know he plays her. I know she doesn't give him much. But, I mean, really? He got mom into a car accident. She's disabled now. Yeah, he did that. Yes, he did. Then he yells at her about it all the time, telling her she can't drive, and this is why this. Pretty funny. She's never done that before. I've known her for, shit, 40 some years. Never done that. Maybe it was because you were yelling at her and messing with the wheel, telling her she can't drive and do this and do that. Like a frat boy, fuck boy. Yeah, imagine that. Isn't that what your Uncle Willie is? Yeah, that's what you look up to. Imagine that. Internet helped with that. Yeah, they don't know the difference between an alpha fuckhead and a real man. These women call this a man, and they love it. The only reason why is because they're going to turn it into chaos later. That's why they like a troublesome male. Come to find out, he's an immature male, same equivalent as a gold digger. So that gold digging woman and him kind of deserve each other. This is how I know Brian manipulated Pop, Tiffany's mom, and he talked her into this insurance thing. I know he did. Oh, I know he did. Really? That's what he did with his dad. That's what he did with Pop's car. He had Pop get into an accident. Pop got paid off his restitution. Yep. Now, this is the grandson that has stayed here, not paid anything. They told him he had to pay $50 a week. He never paid it. Then they told him $50 a month. He never paid it. Then he gets in trouble with his car and has to be it put on their insurance. Of course, he goes through Pop, and Pop puts his name and all that on the insurance instead of putting the vehicle in Pop's name, and it charges their insurance almost $1,000. He starts yelling at Pop, saying he's not paying it, they are. That was their mess up, not his. Blah, 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 blah. We forget what mess up brought you to this point. And what does he say to me? Oh, well, you're in the same boat. I'm not in the same boat because I did that. I'm in that boat because my ex girlfriend hid an emissions paper because she was setting me up for a gold digging scheme. She knew everything would be put in her name. She knew that with me taking care of the house, the kids, the bills, all that, I would not pay that $5,000 fine. Because why? Do I have to? I have a vehicle I can use, but legally, she can take it at any time, right? Right. Yeah, she even tried in court when we broke up to say that my work van was hers because it was in her name. And I showed the courts neither one of those vehicles was purchased by her. I said the only reason they're putting her name only is because of a technicality that she caused earlier in our relationship. And because we have kids, she knows I can't afford it. If she was doing her part, I could have, yeah, it would have been fixed right away, and she knows it. She's taking half my paycheck, making me believe that, everything's good. Then she gets an attitude, leaves, and goes to her mom's for a week. I get kicked out of my apartment. I get my van taken. Really? I wasn't set up? Well, why'd she leave? I don't know. I think it was because I was not happy with her with the way she talked to the landlord when he come to ask her, well, to remind her for me to get a post office box. And the day before that, before he came to her to tell her about the post office box, me and her had gotten into a disagreement because I had left her the van for shit 2.5 weeks every day, and she had never went and got the PO box. Well, why didn't you? I told you I'm working 100 to 120 hours a day, or a week, not a day. Sorry, but yeah, I'm working anywhere from 17 to 20 hours a day, 6 days a week. This is why she had to be a team. And what is so hard about it? She has the easiest part: riding around, filling out papers, getting a key. That's it. Did she do that? No. She ran back to Cecil County and was partying, had my son in the middle of all that. Yeah, so we were done. And she went back to her mother's for a week. Why? Because she knew she was getting taxes behind my back from her job that she had before we met, which was at Martin's, the one she lost because she wouldn't go to work. Yep, she was more worried about partying. And imagine that. All of a sudden, her not working. I'm working the whole time. Her not working. Her mother gets on me. She gets. We've only been together for a month, maybe two. Who are you yelling at? It ain't my job to pick up her slack that she just dumped on me. I mean, yeah, I don't mind helping somebody out, but you ain't gonna come to me and tell me I have to do all this stuff. No, I don't. And I laughed at both of them and said, no, I don't. I can do what I feel I'm capable of doing without messing with my life. If you don't like that, then get a job. She never got a job. Nope. She didn't get a job for 4 to 6 years, maybe 7. Wow, Tiffany, who was supporting you for 4 to 7 years? Damn sure wasn't your mom. Damn sure wasn't you. I guess it was God, huh? Because apparently it wasn't me. Pretty funny you weren't saying that when you were getting 4,500 a week. You weren't saying that when you got a brand new van. You weren't saying that the day you put the tags on it and drove it home. Yeah, you don't tell people any of that stuff, do you? Yeah, the one chick, Ashley. Um, the one she was using as a free babysitter behind my back. I ran into her in Perryville, and I didn't even notice her at first. She said something to me, and I turned around and started talking to her. And I don't know what was going on, but I think she set me up because she had, I guess, a husband or whatnot, somebody I'd never met. I thought she was still with John, but apparently some bad stuff happened there. So I guess they got divorced or whatever. I still haven't got that story. But anyway, I was going to try and talk to her because she knows a lot of the stuff that lines up with what the kids were saying. She was a witness to a lot of it. And once I showed her, was going to show her the picture of the or the video of the kids talking and the other things I had, I knew she was going to have some things to say because she was the one that called me and said that my front door was open and that Tiffany was nowhere in the house. And I timed it from when she called me, and she said it had been like that for about a half hour, 45 minutes before she called me. I said, "Why did you let this go on for a half hour, 45 minutes?" She said, "I've been keeping an eye on the door and standing on the front porch making sure they don't come out of the house or nothing, but I didn't know." I said, "Yeah, but you're her friend. Why are you scared to go over there and make sure everything's okay? That it doesn't make sense. You guys acted so close." And she's like, "Yeah, but," and started, stuttering and, you know, stalling. And I'm like, "What is going on?" I said, "Get over there, get them, take them to your house. I'll be there shortly." And I was on my way. I literally am talking to this woman on the phone while I am installing this apartment. I did a 3-bedroom apartment with steps and tear out in less than an hour and a half, all by myself. And I flew home. My arms were tired. Anyway, of course, canceled all my jobs for the rest of the day. All of it. All that money that was potential and all that reputation that I just screwed up for myself. Yep, because she knew if there was a problem with the family, fuck that money. Fuck that job. I'm coming home. That's exactly what I did. I got my kids. Jazzy was in the middle of that. Imagine that. But oh yeah, she was so great. She was with my brother and her ex girlfriend. Because her ex girlfriend happened to move diagonal across the street from us. And guess who my brother started stopping in and seeing? When? He's in the middle of getting married to a woman from Westminster. This is just before he went into boot camp. Then, when he got out of boot camp, he was messing with her while she was in Lakeside. Yeah, that's why he moved on to Razor Strap Road. Anybody wants to look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. And if you're military and you draw a dot from her spot to where he was, that ain't nothing for y'all to walk or run. And you know it. And that's exactly what he did. "Oh, I'm going on a walk outside. I'll be back." Goes to see her. There was a Cuban guy, George, that lived next door. And for some reason, this guy really, 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 really wanted to take my girl to work, even though she worked at Subway. She liked walking. She did. We had a vehicle. She said she liked walking. And I found out that some of those days that she was supposed to be working and walking to work, which it wasn't far, it was like 5 minutes, if that, Uh, she would lie to get her manager, which was uh, one of my mom's friends, Heather, different Heather, to lie for her and say that she was at work when she wasn't. She was out running the roads with my brother. And they knew it because she would feed them a story and they would believe it. They would hide it. She did the same thing after I got her the job at Peebles that she was trying to get in Elkton. She did the same thing to them. Even had her sister come and get her after she called me to come get her. She called me and said, "Come get me, I'm ready." Just like that. Didn't think anything was wrong. I got blindsided when I got there. I come in. The lady that worked for her has an attitude. "I ain't telling you nothing." I said, "Wow, I'm just here to pick up Tiff from work." "No, you're not." "Yes, I am. Here's the text." I showed her the text and she said, "Well, she's already left." I said, "Why would she tell me to come pick her up and then leave with somebody else?" "I don't know. That's for you to figure out." Bitch, I would watch your tone. You're not my fiance. You're not anything to me. As far as I'm concerned, you're another dude. Keep running your mouth like that. Yes, this is how she would go out and ruin my reputation. To me, lovable, everything's cool. I still don't know the full stories of what she was telling people. All I know is every time she went to a job, they would let her sleep in the back. They would wake her up when it was time to leave. And she would get paid the whole time. Wow, that's funny. That sounds like something Jen would try and pull. Yeah, I got her a job at oh, it turned into Men's Warehouse, but it was Jose Bank, which I should have never gotten her a job there. Yeah, it's men's suits. What did they do? What do you think they did? Yeah. This is where she started getting in with police and people from the courts. Yeah. Warner, one of the worst state police ever, hated her when she was a kid. But when he started going there to get his suits, all of a sudden, he's all flirtatious. I was in there to pick her up. And he was, for some reason, sticking around to be supposed security for her. Meanwhile, we ain't fighting. Nothing's going on. So why? Is there something going on at the complex? Oh no. He had spent the whole day there with her, and now he's manipulated. Wonder why? Pretty funny. You guys are so easily manipulated. Well, why are you all having all these trouble if you were so good with her? Because of people like her mother, her friends, and her own devious behavior. How come these people are never looked at? That they might be doing something themselves that shouldn't be done. They're just doing it because they want to. Then they make excuses for it. Yeah, and people, oh well, she wouldn't do that unless she had a reason. Yeah, she has a reason, her own personal reason. She wanted to. That is a reason. because it's not the reason you want, because you want more and more and more. There's no more to give you. It's that simple. That's what I mean. Women never think anything's that simple. They always have to keep dissecting and keep dissecting. You know why a lot of them do that? Because they're trying to find a way out. And they know if they keep dissecting and keep dissecting, that at some point it starts to get all hairy. Even with words, even though you know the meanings, you know that it meant for this. If you keep dissecting stuff, it'll start to play games with you. Keep saying on or in. After a while, it's not going to sound right to you. Yeah. You all allowed these people to manipulate you. You have never gotten my side. You have never talked to me. You have never heard anything I've had to say. Who the hell do you all think you are? You think you're smarter than me? I guarantee you your IQ is not higher than mine. No, I have ADHD and anxiety. That's what messes with my high IQ and my thinking process. This is what makes people believe that I'm low IQ until they shut the fuck up and let me be me. Then they find out, holy shit. Ask Aunt Karen. Uh huh. Yeah, she was at that school. Yep, she knows. I was a wild one, but I was a good hearted wild one. I just had a lot of energy, like my daughter Jazz. That's why I understood it. It wasn't mean energy, it was just happy. I don't know why I was so happy. I really don't. I had one hell of a life. I think I was so happy because I thought I actually had a family. I really did, especially when I seen that my new aunt was at school and I get to talk to her. She gets to get to know me. To me, that was the greatest. Maybe other people might think that's this or that. I don't care. To a child that didn't have anything, that used to fish for his breakfast, lunch, and dinner, yeah, that's awesome. That's what I mean. You all take perspective from your own lives. You don't have the perspective from what my eyes have seen. But you're just whining. No, I'm just explaining. I'm grateful for it. It taught me a lot of survival. It taught me that you don't need anything. You want these things, you don't need them. It did. It taught me a lot. Am I saying it? Oh, well, boo hoo. No. I'm just saying, I didn't get what most kids got. Am I saying that's on bad things? On some level, it was. But on other levels, it was silently a good thing. Because of society and the way they would treat me. Because I had no choice of where I was put or the life I was given. I was just born. I didn't know. Yeah, literally. My stepdad and mom met October 91. I was literally almost off this planet just before that. Yep, July of that year. Because two men were fighting over a woman and shot a propane tank. Yep. Well, that's what the news says. Everybody else thought that somebody had left gas on and that a guy walked in there to light a cigarette and it blew up. That was the first story I got. I believed that for a while. And then I finally seen that it was on YouTube, and I started going through everything to see what really happened because another guy that my niece was dating told me he was the reason for that. Yeah, my niece is like 4 to 6 years younger than me, okay? And she was dating an older man that was older than me. So, yeah, she was old enough. Barely, but of course, nobody listens to me. But that's besides the point. The point is, the guy that she was dating was one of the dudes that was being shot at by another guy because he was messing with that guy's wife. So technically, it was this dude's fault. All because they won't give him money. This is what he does. He's not going to stop, and you know it. See that? Stop it right now. Yes, you do. If you didn't have a proxy, you would spend it all in 2 days. And you've already done it. Literally, she does not take anything from him. If anything, she gives him more than what he gives. This is just the psychological game he plays to get money. They go through this every day. Well, y'all killed my reputation. I had a thriving business. All I did was get snarled at and taken apart from behind my back. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Nah. Nah. They didn't fuck up his life. No. No. Well, pretty funny. He also blames little Willie for him cheating on his girlfriend and her breaking up with him. Yeah. Food, water, air, shelter. You have all that. I promise you, he spends all of it. They would never do that to him. See, this is what my stepdad pushes for every day, and then this happens. But every day, he pushes for John to come over. Every day. Yeah, I think they're secretly trying to use this to stress my mom out because she has a bad heart. And if they keep stressing her out, they didn't touch her, but she'll end up having a problem. And they'll blame it on everything else but them. And here you guys are hearing it. Yeah, they're gonna play dumb and act like they didn't know. They know. They know. They have brain injuries. Well, pretty funny. They can remember to act like this when they want something. Yeah, you all give them way too much leeway with that brain injury. Pop has supposedly dementia, but he can remember to hate me every day, even though I've never done anything wrong to this man. Never. Never done anything wrong to him or his family. Never done this. This is what you hear John doing is what Brian and Willie and Jeanette has done to them. Yeah, we've gotten in disagreements, but it wasn't. I didn't have hidden agendas behind it like they do. They did things because of these people, and we got into arguments. All I was doing was setting it straight, and they didn't like the fact that they were wrong. Yeah, my mom's finally admitted to me that she didn't see that she was letting Jeanette get away with murder. Literally. She's told me that. Saying sorry doesn't really fix it, but I mean, at least she knows. There. This is how he starts fights. Out of the blue, starts it right back up again. Why don't you get in it? Because I can't handle it calmly, or I get threatened with arrest. And all he has to do is call him and say, oh, he did this, this, and this. Whether I did or not, I'm going to jail. That's why. This is exactly what they did to mess with me trying to get justice for the kids. Yeah, they did the same thing. Y'all thought I was going to be quiet? Not a chance.